and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops.
And finally, J Pops has come back to the Homemade Podcast Sports. Welcome back, people. This is your host, J Pops. Guys, today's date is June 30th. We are in the last day of the month. And this is going to be a good episode. This is going to be a good topic. You guys are tuning in live. Once again, it's the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, I cannot thank all of you guys enough. Mr. Olin Buchanan, I cannot thank you enough for giving me that huge shout out in that article in the Text Ags web page. If you guys did not know, Olin Buchanan is is one of the football writers and actually one of the writers, period, for the Text Ags company. You know, so once again, Mr. Olin, I thank you for that. I thank all of you guys for just believing in this show, man. Also, I thank all of you guys for answering that question like you did. That was a very trending topic, and as of right now, still 5 days later, that is still a trending topic. Understand this, when I asked that question, I was very serious, and I wanted some very serious answers. Of course, I got a whole lot of backlash. I got a whole lot of negativity. And I had a whole lot of UT fans to come on there and just go ballistic with it. I had not too many OU fans, but it was a lot of those guys as well. What tripped me out is that it wasn't really that many Alabama fans that came on there and said anything. It wasn't really that many LSU fans that came on there and said anything. The most feedback came from the Texas fan base. They were just hot. What? No. Hell no. It was only one Texas fan out the bunch that answered and said this here. He was like, I'm a UT fan of deal. But he was like, with those recruiting classes, it shouldn't be a reason why y'all can't. That had to be probably one of the most honest answers I've heard from a UT fan in a very long time. A very long time. But yeah, man, like that was what was said. So once again, man, I thank all of you guys. That's a very huge accomplishment of me, and to see this podcast grow significantly in only a little over a year. Understand this, guy. I have not been out long. This was only a 1 year thing. This is only, like I said, a little bit over a year. I'll be going into like the anniversary of it around August. But this is it, man. What, you know what? Hold on. So let me rephrase that. I haven't even much been out for a whole year. I'm sorry, my apologies. I only been out under a year. What is it, June? I've only been out 10 months. Believe it or not, I've only been out 10 months, and I've had a grown audience to almost 800. Like I said, it was a lot of people that was going to subscribe, and there was a lot of people that wasn't that was going to unsubscribe after I asked that question. But it was a very intriguing and daring question. I wanted you guys to do that, you know. But yes, I've only been out for about 10 months. That is it. Believe it or not, only been out 10 months. That's it. So, anywho, guys, on this latest edition of the Homemade Podcast Sports, I'll be getting into some more recruiting. But before we get off of here, I will leave you guys with another question that I went on Twitter and asked also. I feel like that's a very intriguing question. You know, that's another very intriguing question. But we'll be talking about recruiting in this episode, and we'll be talking about so far as the quarterback position, where will it excel this year? because it's a whole lot of people that's picking A&M to be an elite team this year, but it's a whole lot of people saying that A&M is going to lose to the elite teams. One specifically is the team in Tuscaloosa. The second one, surprisingly, is the team in Baton Rouge. A lot of people didn't think that we're going to beat that team down there. And the only thing they can continue to bring up is that, well, they haven't won down there before. So what makes you think that they're going to win this year? Well, hell, we didn't win at Kyle Field for a very long time as well. And what made you guys a believer then? We went and done it. So I don't understand what that is about with us playing in Baton Rouge. I don't understand because it's the last game of the season. I honestly don't understand that one. But anywho, we'll talk about that as well. So first and foremost, let's get into this recruiting. So as you guys already know, the state of Texas is loaded. Okay, the state of Texas is really, really loaded. So I was looking at something on 247, and I am a VIP member as well. So I was looking at something on 247, and like I say, I'm gonna go through a handful of recruits that should be landing at College Station, and some that has went away from Texas. Period. So these are the ones. And what 247 put out there was a top 10. They show, hey man, this is the top 10 recruits from the state of Texas. It made me feel really, really good about where Texas A&M is with a lot of these elite athletes in the state of Texas. If you guys can remember, man, Texas A&M was doing good, and we were doing okay in the state of Texas. We came in here with Kevin Sumlin, grabbed Miles Garrett, grabbed Kyler Murray, grabbed Ricky Seals Jones. I believe. Where was Ricky from? Ricky was either from Texas or he was from Louisiana. He was from one of them, but got in there and grabbed those guys. Grabbed it's defensive tackle that was a 5-star. We got him as well. But man, just looking at this one for the 2022 cycle. So of course the number one player is Quinn Hughes. He committed to Ohio State. We all know that, but he had committed to Texas at one point as well. He decommitted, went to Ohio State. So that's the number one player nationally and the number one player in the state of Texas. The number two player in the state of Texas is cornerback Denver Harris, in which everybody wants. I'm going to say this once again, in which everybody wants. That young man, I believe, has about 35 to 40 offers, if I'm not mistaken. That's a huge accomplishment, man. But he has about 35 to 40 offers. Of course, A&M is in his top four. Top four for him is Alabama, LSU, Texas A&M, and Texas. Of course, Texas is the heavily favored. They've been the heavily favored for a very long time now. Number 3 player is Devin Campbell, inside offensive lineman, another 5-star. He's a very heavily Texas lean as well. The number 4 player is Harold Perkins. And this is just an update on Harold Perkins. Harold Perkins' commitment was not to a school, as you already know, but he did send the Twitter world into a frenzy because everybody thought he was gonna commit, myself included. But he committed to the Polynesian Bowl. If you guys do not know, and if you guys do not know what bowl that is, check that bowl out, because that was the bowl that the Mon Demons also had played in. If you guys don't remember, so. It's a pretty unique bowl, pretty good bowl. He's also playing in the All-American game as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, anywho, number 4 was Harold Perkins, linebacker, another 5-star. Right now, he's a heavily favorite to Texas A&M, and it has been that way for a very long time as well. He's 100% lean. Of course, he took his official visit to A&M, and this visit came out perfect, man. In my honest opinion, it came out very, very perfect. But it's a lot of LSU fans that think he will commit there, because of the visit that he had, and he's actually originally from Louisiana. My honest opinion, I think he will commit to A&M. That's just me. Cypress, Texas to College Station, that number probably like about 45 minutes, I want to say. Believe it or not, about 45 minutes. Let's keep going here. Kevin Banks, the 5-star offensive tackle. Notice when I'm talking, there's a lot of damn 5-stars in the state of Texas this year. 5-star offensive tackle. As of right now, it's a 75% lean towards A&M. This is another one that has been that way for a while now. 25% of Texas. Amari Auber from Duncanville, another 5-star D lineman. Right now, it's leaning towards Oklahoma. It has been that way for a very long time, as I can remember. Can I see Texas or Texas A&M getting in there, getting that guy? Yes, I can. All right. But let's keep going here. Barry Alexander. This is another hot one in which everybody wants. This is another 5-star D lineman once again. 76% A&M. This is the guy that committed to Georgia early, but he decommitted after taking an official visit to Texas A&M. Once again, 76% lean towards A&M as of right now. And when it's all said and done, whenever that young man makes his decision, in my opinion, it will be Texas A&M University. All right. So let's keep going here. The number 8 player in the state and the number 31 player nationally, quarterback Connor Wingman. Of course, he's already committed to Texas A&M. This young man here has a real tight spot. And as of right now, he's in the Elite 11. I believe that Elite 11 has started on today. I believe the Elite 11 championships or something like that. I honestly do not follow the 7-on-7 nor the Elite 11s. I leave that up to the professional analyst recruiting guys. All right, but this young man is a playmaker at his position. He's a playmaker. The number 9 player is Kendall Burton. Of course, we all know him. He's another one that was going to go to Texas along with Quinn Hughes. And check this out. He's from Lake Travis, stays in Austin. So it's like, why wouldn't you go to Texas, right? He's another one that went to Ohio State. He committed to Ohio State as well. So as much as I don't want to give Ohio State that much praise, I can say that Ohio State came in here just like Alabama, and they've taken the number 1 and number 2 players from out of this state. So when I tell you the state of Texas is the most wide open in which it has been probably in the last 20 years, believe me when I say that. Recruiting has went to another level. And now Ohio State is in here. Michigan is now starting to kind of come in here, but Alabama and OU kind of had already been here, mostly OU, but now Alabama is getting in here, like I say, because of the simple fact that A&M is in the SEC, and now LSU is getting in here because the simple fact we're in the SEC, and now Georgia is getting in here as well. It's crazy, right? Everybody wants a kid from out the state of Texas. It's like, why wouldn't you? Just like everybody wants a kid from out the state of Florida. Why wouldn't you? So, yeah, he was another one. And this is the last 5-star on the list. This is the number 10 player in the state of Texas. Evan Stewart. I feel really good about us potentially getting Evan Stewart. When I seen him decommit from Texas, it was like, wow, oh, okay. Looks like we can, pretty much go in there and get him. But he decommitted. As of right now, they still kind of have him as a heavy Texas lean. Me, myself, in general, I don't have him as a Texas lean because I don't believe that he'll commit to Texas at the end of the day. I believe that he will go to A&M because of the simple fact of where the program is headed. That's just where I'm going to leave it at with him. Because of where the program is headed, I think it attracts him a lot more. And I believe with the playmakers that's coming in and with Connor Wingman, but not only with Connor Wingman, with Eli Stowers, he's there. We still have Haynes King and Zach Calzada. But not only that, Connor Wingman is coming in. So it's like, man, why wouldn't you? So I believe Kojo Antwi, he's not from the state of Texas. I believe they all will have a really good relationship, you know? So just keep that in mind. But that's it for the top 10 players in the state. So the whole point of me naming that was to let you guys know that Texas and Texas A&M is battling out for the top 10 players in the state. We have not done it in a very, very long time. We've not been able to keep all of the top 10 players at home. Like I say, 2 of them is left and went to Ohio State. But as of right now, man, we are able to honestly put our foot down and say, no, we want you here. And these guys are responding. They're responding in a bigger way, like, oh, okay, hey, man, I've been waiting on you guys to offer me type of deal. You know what I mean? So, guys, let's keep going. You know, I just had to put that out there. Let's go to this 2023 class. So, I want to talk about this guy for just a second. I haven't really thoroughly looked at this guy. I've just been hearing a lot of you guys talk about him. I want to go in here and look at him though. Where are you at? Eli Holsten. I've heard a lot from you guys saying that Eli Holsten is everything they said he was. From me looking at him, of course, Daryl Dickey is the one that went into recruiting him. And hell, he ultimately committed to Daryl Dickey. So this guy had offers from all over. He had one from Alabama, Arizona State, Auburn, Colorado. Let me look at this as well. Let me look at the complete list. Georgia was in there for him, Kentucky, Louisiana Tech, Louisville, LSU, Michigan State, Mississippi State, Ohio State was after him, Oklahoma State, Penn State, Purdue, South Carolina, Southern University, and Utah. And there was probably way many more scholarships to come. So I just named to you just about all the blue bloods that is in the SEC in general. So that there should show you a lot. And he chose Texas A&M at the end of the day, regardless if we have Connor Wingman already committed, as well as Eli Stowers committed, and things of that nature. So he sees something. He's another one that sees something as well. He's from Louisiana and a true Louisiana native. Let me watch a couple of highlights. Man, he kind of looks like Joe Burrow a little bit. But I have not honestly seen tape. That's why I say I'm going to talk about him just a little bit and what he actually brings to that Texas A&M program. He is 125th nationally. He's a 4-star recruit. Turn that volume up just a little bit, okay? Okay. So from what I'm looking at, and I'm only seeing like a couple of seconds, he's a pocket passing quarterback. He is a true pocket passer. He loves staying in the pocket, but he can also get mobile. This is a big, wow. Yeah, he takes his, this is a big quarterback. Now I actually see why a lot of guys from LSU was kind of upset with Ed, because of the simple fact of that he didn't really move on him. But then again, I've heard from a couple of guys that follow LSU as well that was saying that this was a guy that already kind of had his mind made up on where he wanted to go, because When that Texas A&M offer came, he hopped right on it. Or when that decision date came, he hopped right on it. Don't ask me how he ended up at A&M, and I don't even much know how A&M ended up finding him. I believe that they found each other, but it was an offer that he was waiting on. Like I said, he sees something in A&M, and he sees something in Coach Fisher. You cannot discount the fact that Jimbo Fisher is a quarterback developer. Whether guys want to believe that or not, because of Jameis Winston, where he's at, and a couple more other guys. Hell, Jameis Winston is still playing, people. But it's a lot of guys that just does not want to believe that. I believe him and Jimbo Fisher will work really good. And hell, wow. Okay, this young man is good. Now I see what you guys are talking about. Okay, this young man is a 5-star in the making. I can honestly see that. Okay, now I see why a couple of guys in that Louisiana area just kind of upset with Ed. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, Ed. Yeah, y'all lost a good one. So understand this: these guys that's coming in, they know that they know that they're not going to start right away. It is going to be a competition ballot, in which it should be. So you guys have to remember that. But like I say, I wanted to see the tape on this young man, and this young man is just about as good as they said they was. And Jimbo Fisher is going to surround him heavily with talent at that wide receiver and tight end position. He's going to be throwing to tight ends like crazy. And that's what I love about the Jimbo Fisher offense. Jimbo Fisher's offense is a tight end friendly offense. You guys have to believe me when I say that, man. That is not a made up thing, okay? So I love that aspect of it. And I love to see where these guys are going to go in the near future. Like I say, as of right now, Connor Wingman is another one with an arm strength and accuracy out this world. He's really, really good, man. Very good. It's a lot of people that knows that, and it's a lot of people just want to see, can Jimbo Fisher get back at that elite quarterback developing level? Not to say that he's not already there, but can he get at that elite level? Once again, Jimbo Fisher has never had a 5-star quarterback on his roster. He's had all 4 stars, but this is one of the very first 5 stars, which is Connor Wingman. Like I said, Haynes King is still a 5-star in my book. He is still a 5-star in my book because that's what he was at first. He was a 5-star QB. Jimbo Fisher now has a buckload of talent at the quarterback position to work with, in which he didn't necessarily have all the time at Florida State. Florida State's going to get me for that, but that's okay. They'll be all right. So, anyways, let's get into that quarterback position, and let's talk about Haynes King. I'm tired of people sleeping on Haynes King. But if you guys are asleep, then stay asleep, because we're going to wake you up eventually. You guys have to remember, and I'm going to go in here. You guys have to remember that Haynes King, and I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go to position rankings. So this was in the 2020 class. In the pro style section, DJ Uiagalelei was number 1. CJ Stroud was number 2. Harrison Bailey was 3. Ethan Gabbers was 4. I just wanted to name you some pro styles right there. So Haynes King was in a dual threat part of it. And these were the guys that were in the dual threat portion of it. So number 1 was Bryce Young. And so number 1 was Bryce Young. And of course, Bryce Young was number 2 player in the country. That's why so many people is giving Bryce Young the reins. Oh, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. I don't knock the young man at all. You know, I do not knock him. I haven't seen anything, and y'all haven't seen anything. So that just shocks me to know that you guys are giving him that already. Well, because he was number 2 player in the country, and he plays for Alabama. Okay, cool. He was the number 1 dual threat QB. The number 2 guy was Hudson Card, which is out there at Texas. The number 3 dual threat was Jaquindon Jackson, which is also out there at Texas. Number 4 was Luke Doty, who's at South Carolina. And number 5 was Haynes King. I'm going to say that once again. Number 5 was Haynes King. At one point in time, Haynes King was right behind Bryce Young, DJ Uiagalelei. He was right behind Bryce Young and DJ Uiagalelei. His senior season, he didn't have as much talent around him, you know, so he had to work with what he was given. They still made it to the playoffs, but he just had to work with what he was given. It's a lot of people that just keep on sleeping on him. They keep on sleeping on him. This young man was the number 131 player in the country for the 2020 class. His projection is like a 2nd and 3rd round. His comparison is to Ryan Tannehill. If you guys can remember, Ryan Tannehill had one of the best seasons in like A&M history, you know, right behind Johnny Manziel. But he had like one of the best seasons in A&M history, passing wise, just passing and passing and passing. He's a better version of Ryan Tannehill. Put Ryan Tannehill on this team with the talent that we have now and with the defense that we have now. I bet your ass that Ryan Tannehill probably could have won the national title or could have been a runner-up in that national title game. I'm going to say that once again. You put Ryan Tannehill now with that defense and that talent that he has, Ryan Tannehill would have got him one. A lot of people didn't go like that. But what I'm saying is that Haynes King has talent around him. Stop thinking that it's just on Haynes King. Haynes King has dynamic playmakers at the receiver position. You guys don't want to believe that because of the simple fact of that it's Texas A&M. You guys don't want to believe that. No, we're not believing that with no Texas A&M. I've heard it all with that oh man, we heard that before. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. What are you guys not seeing in this young man? And then to give us a 10-2 record and say we're going to lose to Alabama and LSU? Everything else was a win. Crazy, right? Everything else was a win. But when it came to Alabama and LSU, no, they're just not going to beat those elite teams. How is a 5-5 LSU team elite? Somebody please come on here and tell me that. How is a 5-5 LSU team elite? They have elite talent. How are they elite? How? It's like it's this made up thing that you guys want to be believing. Because you guys don't want to face facts at times. LSU is not elite right now. They have a brand new coach, brand new offense coordinator over there, and a brand new defense coordinator. And you're going to sit up here and tell me that LSU is poised to have a breakout season more than A&M with the same coaching staff, same quarterback? Y'all don't even much know who the hell the quarterback is going to be at LSU. Y'all don't even know that. You don't know who the quarterback is going to be. But for some reason, you guys are giving them a 10-2 record. Defense was ass last year, and you guys still, it's LSU. And they won the national title 2 years ago. I understand that. And this comes up all the time. You guys haven't won one. I heard this one was funny. You guys haven't won one since Hitler. Wow. Is that what we're getting now? Is that what we're getting? That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That's fine. That'll work. That will work. Now I see where we're actually at with you guys. But anywho, I just wanted to give you guys that. You know, it will be a showdown in the SEC West between A&M, Alabama, LSU going forward, and that's it. 1, 2, 3. When were we there with something consistent? This is a consistent thing I'm telling you about. Ever since Jimbo Fisher's been there, he's ended up in the top 3. And I'm going to leave it at that. So this is another question that I put out there, and I just want you guys to think about this. Can our defensive back unit become elite? Can they become elite this year? Can they be a shutdown unit? What I mean by that is, can they be ranked in the top 10? Can they? All right, so I believe, and let me go to some stats here. You know, I go to some stats because I want to see where did our backfield rank at in the 2020 season. Let me look at some things here. I hate when all this stuff pops up like this. Look at some team stats. So passing defense, and I'm not going to go into just all of the stats, stuff like that. So it looks like with the passing defense, and I can't name a name off top here. So it looks like in a passing defense, as well as with Alabama, that's ironically. Man, where did it go to? It looks like A&M and Alabama both ranked in like the top 50. Yeah, because I see Texas A&M right here, and then I see Bama about 10 to 15 spots below them. They both rank about like in the top 50 in the defensive backfield. All I'm saying is that can A&M backfield become elite this year? Can they move up a step ahead? Because that backfield has not been elite at A&M for a very, very long time. A very long time. I'm talking about at least over a decade now. Can we change that? I believe that if we change that narrative on that defensive side of the ball, in which that defense is going to be damn good, it's going to be top 5, that backfield has to ultimately become elite. They have to be in the top 10. Once again, I'm not worried about quarterback play. I want my defense to keep on improving. Offense, I'm not worried about. I know we have to score points, but we also have to stop people from scoring points. I'm sorry. If that backfield can become elite and shut some guys down, in which is come a top 10 defensive back unit, guys are going to be in for a long day. And that's how we're going to end it. That's how we're going to end it here. You guys let me know your comments on that, all right? Once again, guys, this is Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. I love all of you guys. #GigMags.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the #Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter @JPops, on Instagram @JPops, and also on Facebook at #Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. #GigMags.